Well, hello, Young and the Restless, excuse me, Daily Recap fans. Today's Daily Recap is for Thursday, April the 6th, 2023. Thursday, April the 6th. Well, you know what? This was a super fast forward day for me. Every time they showed Sally and Nick, fast forward, all he talked about was, oh, Phyllis, I can't believe she's gone. I've tried calling my daughter. She's letting it go to voicemail. I texted her. She's not responding. Well, Sally's saying, give her space. She'll come to you. You know what? That's spoken like a woman who's never had a child who's lost their parent. And Nick is speaking like he doesn't know what he really should do in this situation. Summer lost her mother. You're her father. Would you see if she picked up the phone for you? Would you just send her a text, hey, Supergirl, how you doing? Would you do that? Or first thing that morning, would you be boop, 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 boop? Abbott's open up the door. I'm here to check on Summer. You're her father. Nick, I'm telling you, Nick, when Sharon lost Ray, Nick was by her side. I mean, stayed at her house, made her tea, did everything for her. Like a best friend, ex-husband would. But like a father, he doesn't have enough in him to go to his sister. And my whole thing is, where the heck is Noah? Where's Noah? That's his sister who lost her mother. Where's he for support? See, they'll just write some folks out and we just forget they ever existed. Allie, Noah, right? Wow. Wow. Okay. So I was just like, you know what, Nick, I don't have nothing for you. I don't have a doggone thing for you. Okay. Because you are showing you don't know what to do, but hang on to Sally and let Sally know you're going to be there for everything for her. Right? But you can't be there for your own daughter. Whatever. But guess who did know what to do? Grandma and Grandpa. Grandma and Grandpa knew what to do. Do you think they kept calling her? Texting her? Heck no. Grandma and Grandpa put some clothes on and went over to see their granddaughter like good grandparents should. Right? And Summers, from last night all broken down, she's decided, nope, she's Supergirl. She's planning Phyllis's memorial. And Nikki was like, already, dear? That's a big undertaking. Listen, why don't you let your grandfather and I handle it? Then we'll clear everything with you, but let us do all. Nope, it's going to be elegant. Oh, she's making it. Oh, my mother, she was this, she's that. It's going to be, honor her. It's going to be classy and elegant. When was Phyllis ever classy and elegant? But I mean, I understand where Summer's going with this. She wants to make amends for her completely shutting out her mother. Right? This is the guilt planning. Okay. So, Nikki ends up going, I think, in another room with Summer, and Victor is sitting there talking to Jack. And Victor's like, what I don't understand is why were they on that road? Because that's one thing Chance didn't ask the EMT is why did you not go straight down this main road from the GCAC, because GCAC is downtown, right over to General City Hospital? Why did you take a country road zigzagging? What happened? Why would you go that route? That hasn't come up yet, right? So anyway, then we also have Michael and Christine, because Chance and Christine are talking. Yes, they were able to retrieve the blood, and the blood is at the lab being analyzed now. So Chance is going to get back to Christine and let her know, an update. Michael comes in, Chance leaves. Michael's still in shock, and he was saying that, he promised Lauren that this was going to be a night just for them two, a romantic evening. So he turned off his phone. And he said after he and Lauren got home from, hearing about the news from Phyllis, they just finally went to bed, exhausted, right? Lauren is just in disbelief. He says, in the middle of the night, I realized, wait a minute, I never turned my phone back on. And there was a message from Phyllis. And it was a frantic message, talking about how afraid of Diane she was. That Diane attacked her and Diane is out to get, and she's just, I'm afraid for my life. And he played it for Christine, and she's like, wow, she really does sound like, she goes, you wouldn't think Phyllis is afraid of anything, but she sounds like she is afraid, And Michael said, this is why I wanted you to hear this. And Christine was like, that has to be hard for you because you were friends with both. And he said, yeah, but I want the truth. That's why I'm coming to you with this, right? And I'm listening to it all, and I'm thinking, to me, that sounds like a setup. Phyllis has always been on the offensive. Look, she's done defense, but she's always been the offender, which is what she was that night. She brought Diane up there, right? But anyway, they're falling for it. Stark's little plan is falling right in line. And the bodies that they did get, the one that, because Christine was telling Chance how the bodies were burned beyond recognition. They can't get DNA from them. Stark and Phyllis were talking, they came from the morgue. It was a Jane and John Doe that they got from the morgue. And she was saying, because the EMT that gave the statement, he came and Stark paid him a nice little bag of money, a nice little, almost like a shaving bag, but full of money, right? Paid him off, told him, you better remember the story, stick to it. If they police question you again, you say the same thing. And he's like, look, I just want to go back to my life and I want this to all be over. And I'm thinking, okay, but idiot, don't deposit all that cash in your bank. Because I could tell you, you probably never had that much in your life, and that would be a red flag. But see, people, they don't think. Anyway, Phyllis was pissed off that Stark brought the guy to the hotel room where she was. She goes, he knows where we're at now. And Stark is like, shh. Stark said, look, thanks to you, my loving wife, you changed your will. You split it in your estate in half for me, your loving husband, and the other half goes to your children. He goes, so he was, paid out of, I guess, his half. He goes, and you're walking away with a pretty hefty sum of money. And I thought from where? Yes, she had some from selling her hotel, but wait a minute. How's she going to draw it out? She's dead. Her accounts are going to be closed. I mean, hopefully they thought ahead enough, right? And my thing is, well, that was an uneven split. If you're going to split it at all, it would be a third, if a third for Daniel, a third for Summer, and a third for Stark. We don't split it in half so Stark gets half and my two kids have to split a half? That means they're only getting a fourth? No. Nope. That's not the way that should have went. So he's like, Phyllis, because she's just sitting there. Phyllis, I actually, you know what, y'all? I didn't feel bad for her. That's the look on Phyllis's face. That's the look of a woman who's lost everything. Everything. See, one thing that drove Phyllis is being able to connect with her little circle of friends. That's what she loved, running the Grand Phoenix. And even when Summer was in Milan, she loved FaceTiming Summer. She really wasn't that close to Daniel. She really hadn't been in years. Yeah, she wouldn't popped in and saw him last year. That's because Summer arranged that when she was spiraling out of control. But Phyllis is now faced with the reality because she goes, when I was laying there on the ground, I could hear such worry in their voices. I don't want to. It starts like, hey, whoa. Is this regret I'm hearing? Because these same children haven't talked to you in weeks. They want nothing to do with you, same ones. And she's like, I don't know how Diane did it, how she could just walk away from her child. And, this. And she goes, I never knew it would be this hard. Stark says, yes, you did. You knew what had to be done. And you agreed with it. And he's like, look, our time together is done. We accomplished what we wanted to accomplish. And Phyllis is like, yeah, and you are walking away. She almost said like a fat rat, with her insurance money. And in my mind, I'm thinking, let me tell you something. Soap operas. You don't get paid an insurance settlement that fast in no universe, right? Look, in no universe. For the very next day, they can't even identify her remains, and you got an insurance payout? No. Or actually, no, that was her will. This isn't an insurance payout. That's her will. She changed her will. But an attorney still has to get the ball rolling for you, right? He just somehow was able to get his share. Bam, this is mine, right? So he's calling her a car. And she's like, why are you calling me a car? I don't know where I'm going to go. He goes, you need to get out of here. He says, you go anywhere. Then you could take the time to figure out where you want to go. He says, Phyllis, you can be anything you want to be. You can be anybody. So you don't have to, you don't know now, fine. Go somewhere and figure that out. He said, but you're not going to mess this up. And so he goes, you knew what would happen. You knew how this had to play out. And she goes, but I really didn't think that far ahead. I didn't think about the future. I only thought about, sticking with our plan. I was just focused on our plan and getting Diane. I didn't think about the future. And I looked at Phyllis and I said, oh no, Phyllis, oh, you're an adult. You're going to fake your death and you're not thinking about the future? Oh no. Summer could get pregnant with your first grandchild by her, whether it's a boy or a girl, and guess who can't come visit the baby and visit Summer? You, Phyllis, because you're dead. Every single thing from this point on, you're dead. Diane was dead for 8 years. you're dead, Phyllis. And I thought, Miss Hothead, Miss Do What You Want, Miss Flies Off the Handle, Miss Has to Just Be a Wrecking Ball. You're sitting there like, what did I do? What have I done? Yeah, Phyllis. And then she looked, Summer had already posted memorial services to be announced for Phyllis Summers. Good picture of Phyllis. Wow, right? And I thought, yeah, your life is done. You've been erased. Because she goes, been erased. Yes, you have. You've been erased, Phyllis. You have been erased. So now you already know something's going to happen because Phyllis is not going to stay gone. She's not. What would be interesting, because there was a rumor in Comic Corner, oh, Michelle Stafford, I heard, is leaving the show. And she may not be. She's been a part of the Young and the Restless forever. But look, the thing to do would be to go get some plastic surgery, right? Go get plastic surgery. Look, what they really would be doing is recasting the actress to play Phyllis, right? Come back, plastic surgery, still keep the red hair. Red hair, work that red, because see, Jack loves red hair. Come back as somebody sassy. Come back in there and take Jack away from Diane. Might even flirt with Nick a bit. But if you come in, you could get Jack up under your, wind him around your finger like Diane did. He'll be asking you to marry him. And you'd be living right in the house with your own daughter. Okay? You'd be working at your bow. You'd whittle that down. Get somebody else. That's the ticket right there. They need to recast Phyllis and say she had plastic surgery and come back with knowing what Phyllis knows about hacking, about everything. She could step right in and get Jack back. Summer would respect her. She could work Summer and work her own son. And he wouldn't know why, for some reason, this nice new woman in town, is like an aunt to him. Yeah. Yep. So we'll see what they're going to do about that. We're going to see. I don't know, but she dug herself in a hole that she didn't think about, right? And that lesson learned. Let that be a lesson for you, Phyllis, because you never pay consequences anyway, right? So let's go to Comic Corner. Comic Corner. Dino says, my favorite part of the show is Summer finally blowing up at Diane. She was kind of soft on her because I would have blown up even more. I truly think Phyllis has bitten off more than she could chew with Jeremy Stark. I worried this would end badly for her. It is true. It's going to end badly for her. It already is. She's alienated. Phyllis can't stand being by herself. My favorite quote from Lily is from Lily. Grief is love with no place to go. When she said that, I said, man, that's good. And Ditos, it's good to see and read your post again. Ditos, welcome back. All right. And then Patricia said, Daniel really looked handsome, and I am glad he's back. If Stark is leaving, the next interesting thing would be JT coming back, and Audra and Kyle. I think they are going to do something with Audra and Kyle, because that was just awkward, the way they did that meeting. Look, if Kyle runs into Audra next week, and then within the same next week, if they bump into each other 2 times in a week, they're getting ready to do something with them, which is ridiculous. His wife is grieving. Sabrina says, great recap. I just can't wait. I just can't with the Phyllis storyline. I am like you. Why did Nate let Elena walk home by herself? Wow, once again, I just can't. I really am struggling to find a reason now to watch Y&R. And Libby says, I wonder if something's going to happen to Elena when she's walking home. Will she spot Phyllis? Will she be mugged? The writers are so all over with the storylines that you never know what to expect. And then Libby says the tender scene between Lily and Daniel was wonderful, and Summer is tearing my heart out. I cry every time she does. So how many viewers think that Phyllis would be at her own funeral? Oh, yes, she is, in disguise. She will be lurking around in a wig and floppy hat like she did when was it like she did when was she was spying on Billy or somebody. And then Eunice says, or Unique says, Diane did not deserve the way Summer went off on her. Libby said, yes, she did. Every word. Diane is a sneak. We will have to disagree on that one, Unique. And the Unique says to Libby, what did Diane do to that nut job, Phyllis? Ooh, Unique, are you new to the show? Well, did you not watch it the years ago when Diane was on the show? Diane is, whoa, she's done a whole lot, right? And then Libby says to Unique, Phyllis was a nut job, no doubt. Always has been a loose cannon, but Diane has been as sneaky, just smoother and more patient. I think that Diane is a big phony who returned to worm her way back into Jack's life and money. I think her whole redemption tour was an act. She was undermining Phyllis behind the scenes, making herself look like the helpless victim. She lied so many times about her past. Right now, though, I think it's unforgivable, the pain that Phyllis is causing Summer. It breaks my heart. And Anita says, Phyllis fake death. This is the worst storyline Young and the Restless has written in years. I have watched this soap, or in the years I've watched this soap. Maybe the writers will make it a dream sequence similar to Dallas and Bobby Ewing. This is horrible. I don't know where they're going to go from that. Libby says, I can't bear to see the pain she's causing Summer. Oh, maybe I read that twice. Yeah, I'm not liking where they're going with this, everybody. I mean, come on now. This is far-fetched and ridiculous, even for Phyllis, right? Even for Phyllis to go along with a criminal like that. He had nothing to lose. Look, he came out, yeah, you fake your death, you'll be gone from your whole family and friends' life forever. While me, I'm gonna walk away with your insurance money, and you're the center of all of this attention. And guess what? I get to say, hey, this is where our association ends. See ya, wouldn't want to be ya. There we go. So anyway, everybody, that's it for The Young and the Restless. I will be back tomorrow for Cliffhanger Friday, which it won't be a cliffhanger at all because The Young and the Restless doesn't have Cliffhanger Fridays. But I'll be back tomorrow for another daily recap of The Young and the Restless.